I want a bicycle, but there's a problem, and that is that I don't have money to buy that. But I also have a solution, so let's go and work on that solution. Hey babes, you look so beautiful today.
What do you want?
Can I get a bicycle?
A bike? But why?
Gas prices are too high.
Gas prices. You have an electric car.
Can I still get a bicycle?
Fine, but only if you wash the dishes for the next week.
Done. Can we have the gentleman's hand on it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I get some peace now?
Yep. May your soul rest in peace now. All jokes apart, summer is almost here and I need some activity so I can get off my lazy ass and stop being lazy and fat. So I thought, what better activity would it be other than bicycling and enjoying the lush green mountains of Scranton. So, what kind of bicycle are we getting?
What kind of bike do you want?
Something cheap, something less than $100.
Less than 100. Habibi, this is America. You can't get anything good for like under 400 or 500, I'd say.
$400 or $500? Are you serious? I want something cheap. And I'll find something cheap even if I have to travel to the center of the earth.
Cheap, yeah, they seem cheap.
After you? Oh, this is a bike heaven. I'm looking for a bicycle, just a basic one.
This is their entry-level line. This is the Marlin Linus Ridge 1.
Okay.
Aluminum frame, suspension fork, 29-inch wheels, mechanical disc brakes, and it's a 3x7 drivetrain. It's your entry-level. So you're going to be able to go on like fire roads, the Heritage Trail with it. Some single-track mountain biking, but that's where you're going to hit the limits of like the fork and the brakes and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's pretty much capable of doing everything.
I like this color and style, but just a dumb question again. This is my first bicycle. What's the difference between those big ones that are like a couple of grand and this one?
A lot. So for example, I'll pull this bike out right here. This one goes for almost $3,500.
Okay.
The fork alone, that's probably like a $100 fork.
Okay.
This is like $600.
So what's the difference?
Well, this is really meant for some really rough trails. So downhilling,
okay,
going over a lot of logs and routes. Are you familiar with the parks in the area?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Lackawanna State Park?
Yes.
This is going to be, you can do Lackawanna State Park with that, but it's going to be a little rough. Where this on Lackawanna State Park is going to be a lot.
Got it. So it's all about the suspension, how you
suspension,
got it.
Parts,
okay.
All disc brakes.
And the extreme thin wheel tires, they are meant for what?
The really thin ones are really meant for road. These bikes here are more like hybrids, so they're going to be good for roads and dirt roads and maybe some fire roads.
Let me tell you a few things that the bikes that we have seen just right now are super duper expensive. I've never been to any bike shop over here in US. Today was my first time and I am just shocked at how expensive can these bikes literally be. I don't want to spend that much money yet because I don't know about anything about the bikes. So right now we're going to another store. We'll see if they have anything, something cheap. If not, then we'll do a research and we'll see how much do we want to spend on a stupid dumb bike. Bikes at the first store was super expensive, so came to the second store, Dick's Sporting Good. Let's see what they have now. Can we see this bike? What's this thing?
So those are shocks. So that's going to be adjusted depending on what you're riding. If you're riding a super heavy rocky trail, stuff like that, you're going to want to loosen them because it's going to offer.
Can I loosen them myself?
Yeah. So this is how you loosen them and tighten them.
Okay.
If you're on a hard road,
okay,
you want to lock them. No shock. You know what I mean? So.
What's the difference between this bike and that bike that is $1,000?
That's meant for like heavy off-road riding.
A little update that after wasting my life on 4-5 stores, I quickly realized that bicycles are super expensive over here. But anyways, as you can see that we bought the bike, I'll show you once we reach home and I'll tell you what kind of bike it is and how much dollars did I waste it on this bike. God damn it. Just came back home and changed my clothes so that I can go for a short ride on the bicycle. But before we go on a short ride, let me show you what the bicycle looks like and tell you a little bit about it. This is the bicycle that I bought. Trex Marlin 6. It's a mountain bike, 1 gear in the front and 10 shift gear in the back. The brakes of the bicycle are all hydraulic. They are not disc brakes, but they are hydraulic brakes. I don't know how these work, but the person was saying that these brakes are better than the disc brakes. And some shocks that you can turn on and off. That's pretty dope, right? And just one controller for the gears in the front right over here. From here you can turn on and off, up and down. And yeah, best thing about this bike is that this bike is super light. I think that's where most of the money goes into. Like, I'm not a big guy and I'm a very weak person, yet still I can pick this bike with just one hand. So that's pretty good. Now, talking about the cost, I paid almost $1,000 for this bike just to joyride. So this bike better be worth every single penny. And how can we know about it? Is by taking it on its first test drive. I have to say that this is the first time me driving a bicycle in years, and this is pretty nice. Very smooth. The smoothest bicycle I ever rode. The ride is so smooth, I think it's every single penny worth. Let's try to see if we can change the gears and how does it feel to change the gears. So this over here is something for up and this is down. Let's see how that works. This bicycle has 10 gears. I've never ever driven a bicycle with 10 gears. Let's see how good they are. They're pretty smooth. Smoother than I thought. I think this bike would be like a perfect mountain bike. Wow. I'm literally surprised how smooth they are. They go all the way up to 10. On a straight road, you barely feel this bike is even moving. Anyways, let's go back to the normal mode and enjoy the soothing ride.
Finally done biking now, huh?
Yes.
Well, you know what time it is then, don't you?
I know, I'm going. Please like and subscribe the video so next time I can afford my own things and don't have to wash dishes like this.
Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup.